In 2026, the average American has less than $1,000 in savings. But the average American also spends over $200 per month on subscriptions alone, most of which they've forgotten they have. There's a gap between where most people are financially and where they want to be, and it's not primarily an income problem. Most middle-class Americans earn enough to build real wealth. The problem is a system problem. They don't have a system for making their money do what they actually want it to do. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to walk you through the 7 most impactful financial habits of people who build significant wealth. Not people who inherited it, not people who got lucky with one investment, but ordinary people who made it to financial security on a normal income. Habit 1. They pay themselves first automatically. Wealthy people don't save what's left over after spending. They automate saving before they ever see the money. The moment a paycheck hits, a fixed percentage moves automatically to a savings or investment account. The rest is what they live on. This removes the decision entirely. When saving requires willpower, when you have to actively choose to transfer money each month, you will eventually skip it. An emergency comes up. A sale is too good to pass. You're tired and you just don't feel like thinking about money. Automation solves this. Set it once, forget it, and let compound interest do the work. If you can only automate one thing starting today, automate your 401k contribution at your workplace. Even 5%. Then increase it by 1% every 6 months until you hit 15 to 20%. Habit 2. They treat their net worth as their score, not their paycheck. Most people think about their income as their financial success metric. They talk about salary, bonuses, raises. Wealthy people talk about net worth. Net worth is simple. Everything you own minus everything you owe. Your savings, investments, home equity, retirement accounts minus your mortgage, car loans, credit cards, student loans. People who build real wealth track their net worth monthly. Not obsessively, just a quick update in a spreadsheet or an app once a month. Watching your net worth grow, even slowly, creates a feedback loop that motivates better decisions. Most people couldn't tell you their net worth within $25,000. Wealthy people can tell you their net worth to the decimal. Habit 3. They avoid lifestyle inflation ruthlessly. Here's a phenomenon that destroys wealth-building potential. Every time income goes up, spending goes up at the same rate. You get a $10,000 raise. You move to a nicer apartment. You buy a newer car. You eat at better restaurants. Your lifestyle costs $10,000 more per year, and your savings rate stays exactly the same. This is lifestyle inflation, and it's the reason plenty of people earning $150,000 a year have less than $50,000 in savings. The people who build serious wealth have a rule. When income goes up, savings rate goes up first. The standard is to direct at least 50% of every raise directly to savings or debt payoff before touching the rest. Some people direct 100% of raises to savings for the first year. It feels like sacrifice in the moment. 5 years later, it's the decision that changed everything. Habit 4. They understand the difference between assets and liabilities. Robert Kiyosaki made this concept famous in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. A rental property that generates income every month is an asset. A primary home is technically a liability. You pay mortgage, taxes, maintenance, insurance. Most cars are liabilities. They depreciate and cost money to maintain. A stock portfolio is an asset. A boat is almost always a pure liability. People who build wealth obsessively accumulate assets and minimize liabilities, not because they're anti-fun, but because they understand that every liability has an opportunity cost. The money going to a car payment could be going to an index fund. This doesn't mean never buy anything nice. It means being intentional about what you buy and understanding the real cost over time. Habit 5. They have an income floor that grows over time. Wealthy people don't rely on a single source of income. They systematically build multiple streams. This doesn't happen overnight. It starts with one additional stream, usually dividends from investments or a small side income. Over time, they add more. The goal is simple. Build income streams that cover your basic monthly expenses without you having to work for them. When your investment dividends, rental income, or online revenue equals your monthly needs, you're financially free, regardless of what your day job pays. The average millionaire has 7 income streams. That sounds overwhelming at the start, but the sequence is: first, maximize your primary income. Second, invest a portion into assets that generate passive income, index funds that pay dividends, eventually rental properties, maybe a small online business. Third, keep adding. The first extra stream is the hardest. Each one after that is easier because you have more capital and more experience. Habit 6. They buy time, not things. Here's a mindset shift that separates people who build wealth from people who don't. They think about purchases in terms of time, not money. An easy way to do this: calculate your true hourly wage. Take your annual salary, subtract the costs associated with your job, commuting, work clothes, the stress relief spending you do because of work, and divide by the hours you actually spend working and commuting. If you earn $60,000 per year but spend $15,000 on job-related costs and work 50 hours a week, your true hourly wage is closer to $21 per hour. Now look at a $500 purchase. That's 24 hours of your life. Is that thing worth 24 hours of your life? This framing doesn't mean never spend money. It means spending intentionally on things that genuinely improve your life and cutting ruthlessly on things that don't. Wealthy people buy experiences that create memories, tools that save time, and quality items they'll use for decades. They cut impulse purchases, status items they don't care about, and subscriptions that add no real value. Habit 7. They are financially literate and they keep learning. This one sounds obvious, but it's the most underrated. Most people spend more time researching which television to buy than understanding how their 401k is invested. They spend more time on social media than reading about personal finance. The people who build serious wealth on ordinary incomes almost always have one thing in common: they educated themselves. They read books, watched videos, listened to podcasts, and got comfortable talking about money. Financial literacy is a compounding skill. The more you understand, the better decisions you make. The better decisions you make, the more your wealth grows. The more your wealth grows, the more motivated you are to learn more. It's not complicated, but it takes intention. Subscribe for weekly videos covering the real strategies, the real math, and the real habits that lead to financial freedom. We don't sell courses or push products, just the clearest financial education we can give you for free. I'll see you in the next one.